A great majority of affluent people have names that are unknown to us, and they're very okay with the fact that we don't know their identities. They have absolutely no desire in obtaining any kind of celebrity. What they truly want is to build a house that is safe and cozy enough for them to live in when they're older as well as when they're younger, so that it can provide for them in both stages of their lives. In contrast to our preconceived views of how they spend their lives, their approaches to managing their finances are far more in line with common sense. So you should not live like a rich man. Rather, you should think of yourself like a rich man. Want to know how to do that? Well, in this video, we're going to discuss how you can start thinking like a rich person this year. Keep watching to know more, as hopefully these will be quite helpful for you in the process. The great majority of people who have a lot of money are not attempting to impress anybody else by any means, even themselves. Every single choice that is made regarding monetary matters is done so with an eye toward the future and the accomplishment of certain goals. They would rather not read a book that may potentially alter the course of their life than risk being seen looking terrific. Even though there are always going to be exceptions to the rule, and it's not hard to think of a few wealthy people who brag about their money, this behavior is not typical of the wealthy as a whole. Even though there are always going to be exceptions to the rule, it's not hard to think of a few wealthy people who brag about their money. They have more important things to do than smile for the camera and hire publicists to make them seem lovely. They have more important things to accomplish. They have more important things to concentrate on. The most important thing to take away from this is that if you're serious about accumulating money, you should need to put performing work that you like, spending time with the people who are important to you, and planning for the future at the top of your priority list. Trying to keep up with the Joneses is not a financial goal that should be pursued since it's not worthwhile. They have a good understanding of the implications of the lost opportunities. The idea is described by economists as opportunity costs, is something that people who have a lot of money are painfully aware of. The value of what you have to give up to go in a new direction is referred to as opportunity costs, and it's important to consider this while making decisions. Let's say you already have a sofa in your home that's in excellent shape, but you've had your eye on something more modern for a time now. You decide to buy a brand new sofa and pay $3,000 for it when you visit a store that specializes in selling furniture. Even if you spend $3,000 on a brand new couch for your living room, that money is gone forever, and you no longer have the opportunity to utilize it for anything else in your life. For instance, the money would have been worth around $8,300 after 15 years if it had been invested in an individual retirement account or IRA that gave an annual return of 7%. This is a return that's more than twice as high as the amount that you first invested. And let's be real, after 15 years, you may have switched out the sofa at least once, if not a couple of times more. Some individuals spend money to convey the idea that they're rich, but the majority of people who genuinely are wealthy are aware of the value of the possibilities that they have passed up and how much those missed opportunities are worth. You don't have to put your money in a checking or savings account with a low interest rate to develop wealth, which is the most essential lesson to take away from this. However, you do need to keep in mind that everything you buy comes with an opportunity cost connected with it. They first choose their goals and then prioritize those goals according to their significance. Rich people are known for having a singular focus on their goals and then exerting the effort necessary to realize those goals. This is true even if they were born into a wealthy family or received a significant inheritance. Rich people are known for having a singular concentration on their goals and then exerting the effort necessary to realize those goals. This might require working 16-hour days, continuously building new relationships, and keeping a continual lookout for new opportunities. It is rare for wealthy people to be satisfied to take it easy and bask in their accomplishments. They can discover something new to attempt consistently to get closer to achieving their goals. The most important thing to take away from this is to set aside some quiet time to contemplate the things that pique your interest the most and to think about how you would want to spend the rest of your life. It'll be difficult for you to maintain the level of energy necessary to make progress toward your goals if you do not feel passionate about the work that you're doing. They still provide a varied selection of goods and services. Think about the wealthiest person you know from your own life. Who is this person? They almost certainly earned their stellar reputation by working for or ultimately managing a single company, right? A little known detail about them is that their resources are spread out among a variety of different sorts of investments, each of which has its one-of-a-kind level of risk. If your strategy does not come to fruition, having all of your eggs in one basket makes it more likely that you will lose all of your eggs. Even if you can only afford to invest a few $100s at a time, you should still make sure that your portfolio is appropriately diversified to carry you through unpredictable market conditions. This is the most essential thing you should take away from this. They see the passage of time as a trustworthy companion. The proliferation of social media has resulted in the appearance of an unusual phenomenon. The idea that it takes some time to build a successful business was formerly widely held, but now fewer people hold this view. It may take a performer many decades of striving and falling short of their goals before they ultimately achieve success. It might take musicians years of practice to reach a competent level of an instrument. To put it another way, opting for shorter paths nearly never results in arriving at the goal that was first desired. It would seem that everyone in today's society has a strong desire to become wealthy and famous as soon as possible. People want fortune and celebrity as the only reason for accomplishing such objectives in their lives. They're successful in terms of riches and fame, but other than that, they don't put in any effort to achieve anything, and they don't give any thought to the role that they play in life. Imagine that you have a strong interest in the process of creating video games, but that you lack the essential skills to compete at the top level. What would you do? You will have a companion in time. Invest as much time as is required to build skills that'll set you apart from the other people competing for the same position as you. The same may be said for investing in one's financial future. No matter how much money you put into an investment today, if you start investing today, you will not wake up affluent tomorrow, no matter how much money you put into it. However, time and compound interest are on your side. They will help you amass more cash even while you concentrate on having a good time in life and learning more about the things you want to do in the future. Realize that the accumulation of wealth is a process that takes time and calls for a plan to be successful. If your goal is to become wealthy soon, you're going to be quite disappointed with the outcome of this endeavor. If you can put yourself in the mentality of someone who's already wealthy, you have a much better chance of amassing money on your own. This does not mean that you will discover oil or win the lottery. However, it does mean that you will have a much higher probability of doing so. So, what's your takeaway from this? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon if you want to get more informative videos like this. And we'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.